Hey guys, you're about to watch Scott's New York session recap where he will outline several trade ideas. Be sure to leave a comment below on trades that you might take or things you might learn because we're going to be giving away $1,000 to one person who leaves a comment as part of our promotion for Scott and Target Traders. Hope that you enjoyed today. It was an outstanding session. We look forward to tomorrow as well. All right, here's Scott.
This is a session recap for the 3rd of February, okay? And 3rd of February, we're going to start with the euro, my absolute favorite currency, not. And let's see what we got. Oh, I just screwed that up. Hold on. I grabbed it. A little higher than that. Okay, there we go. All right. So, what we're looking for is where's the wide open spaces, okay? And we're going to trade them only with the trend. Trend is down, we're a seller. All right, we got a break, hook and go on a 240 chart up here. All right, we're looking for the go part down to the day chart bottom. It is about 60 pips away. Euro dollar down to 34.29. You're going to need to trade it below 3,500. A break, hook and go below 3,500. I don't know what that real estate's going to look like tonight in London. I just know that if it's below 3,400, 3,500, and to get a break, hook and go, I'm going to be looking for an opportunity down. I'm not going to be because I don't trade the euro, but you look for the opportunity down at 34.30. All right, that's just pretty simple. Over the pound. All right, I'm not going to answer any questions, folks. I'm just going to go through here. We're going to get as fast as we can because we don't want a long recording here. All right. So we've had a breakout, as you can see, on the British pound. Let me scrunch this up a little bit. All right, we've had a breakout, and we're attempting a move to the downside. Now, one thing that's wrong with this thing is that's an unsustainable trend. With an unsustainable trend, the probability is higher that they will bounce it, even if they're going to go down, because that's unsustainable. You can't continue that. So there's a very high probability of a bounce back up to here, and then a sell down to this area. And I will be interested in a sell at the 63.50. My target is, they've already taken the S5 out, so the next target is 62.73, and that exceeds its ATR. So just be careful of this because it may not go that far. All right, so let me put that's the up one. Never mind. Okay, so we're good. All right, so there and there. And put these little arrows over here so tomorrow we remember, oh yeah, that's why we were going to trade it off this line. All right, and if it does that and people trade it, you're going to see people who made money because of that. So pay attention here. All right, we cannot trade the dollar CAD until we get a pullback. That's just all there is to it. The structure says you cannot go any higher. You've got to come down. And unless it does that, I am not trading this dollar CAD at all. I'm walking away from it. All right. Dollar Swissy. All right. Dollar Swissy is in a pretty nice little downtrend here. It's testing the top one more time. We've had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've had an A, B, C. 5 more ways to the downside, or we can do 5 ways to the upside, whichever they want to do. All right. So what is this? Head and shoulders there. We got a head and shoulders there, which tells us that there's a high probability of a sell. You can see going down to the double bottom would make a lot of sense, except for that's too much of the ATR. So what's the realistic target for here? I'm going to take it to a 60 so I can see it a little better. So the realistic target is this break, which we just had, break, hook, and go. Do we want to trade a dollar Swissy when the London market just closed? Does that make any sense? Swissy, European currency when Europe is at the pub. No, we wait until tonight. All right. So what are we looking for? All right. The ATR of the Swissy is 72 pips, so it'll go 1, 2, maybe 3 T30s. All right. So at 5 o'clock tonight, wherever it is, it might go all the way down. So we might get a double bottom. I would target the double bottom at 89.33 on the break of this support here. Remember, a break, hook, and go is what you're looking for. Break, hook, and go below 9,000, targeting 89.33. All right. So we'll see what happens there. All right, dollar yen. Dollar yen, we've had a movement. We missed this trade this morning. Daggone it, I hate that. Oh well, remember tomorrow, everybody keep those questions down until afterwards. All right. So dollar yen, why don't we put this channel on? We're trading in a channel, as you can see right here. And let me clone that. Like we're coming down to here. That's spinning top right there. All right, so all right, this went to target. This is our 2 targets today. First one went right to it, and the second one just meandered down. We couldn't get it up high enough to grab it, and then the risk reward was bad by the time it took off. So we lost it. We didn't get a chance at it. But we can see now that if we get any pushback up into here, we're going to be looking for up here about 101.40 for a sell to the downside. And we're going to look for this. If this goes sideways all day, the longer it goes over here, the more room there is over in this area. Our next target is 171 to the downside. So we'll pull this up here. If we get it down to about 140, 101.40, we'll look for a sell there. And if we get it below 101.09, 101 even over here with enough room for the target, we got to get down in this area where we got enough room. Then we're going to trade it to 171, maybe 161. Okay. All right. So Aussie dollar. All right. Aussie dollar. Looking to see if it'll come back into the trend. And we know that the Royal Bank of Australia has already quoted that they're going to take this down to 8,500, hopefully to 8,000. All right, so this is 8,500 all the way down here, folks. 8,500 makes sense because that's the end of the bottom of the trend. All right, so we're looking for any opportunity to sell this. All right, and this is the first opportunity here. A break of 87. I'd break the 87.50. All right, down in here, break the 87.50 is this support. All right, then first trade is a small one, only 130 lots here. When you break the support down here, this target's already gone, so we don't need to worry about that. All right, below 8,700, you want to be a seller after a break, hook, and go, and we're looking for 8,600 as a target right down here. All right, moving your stop here at 8,650, you could double your position here also. All right, so let's pull this down here to 8,650 and pull this one up a little higher. There we go, 8,650. All right, so there we go. 3 trades there, and if it happens, you're going to find our traders who understand how to do this. You're going to watch them make 3, 4, 5 trades in this area. All right, so that's okay. You don't necessarily have to make them. You just got to watch them. All right. Again, euro yen, right to target. We missed this trade. We missed the euro pound and the pound yen because we were fiddle farting around with something else. But that's okay. This is a training room, not a trading room. So we're learned a lot today. There's our opportunity. All right, we got a descending wedge for a trade to the downside, looking for a target of 135.75. Euro yen has 120 pip ATR. Each one of these lines is 30 pips. So you got to go 1, 2, 3. That's 90. 4 could get it down to here. So we could get as low as that, 135.50 this morning. All right. So do not miss the breakdown here. All right. So we're going to break at below 86.70, 136.70, I should say. Okay. And then below 136.50, break, hook, and go below there. You're going to take that one. All right. Then below here, too tight. This is 137.17. You're going to have to manage these 2 trades to the downside right there. Obviously below here too if we could get it because it's got a big ATR. I can reach out and go. So there we go. All right, pound yen. Again, missed this one also this morning. Dang, got it. That does really hack you off when you watch it, especially when you had this target and this target nailed and the bottom of the trend line and it did all 3. And you couldn't we couldn't get in it because by the time it happened, we were over in another currency, missed the move, and therefore could not jump in it because the risk and reward was bad. But we can still learn from this currency. A break, hook, and go with a set of twins to the target. Break, hook, and go to the target. Break, hook, and go to the target. All right? 1, 2, and maybe 3. I wouldn't have made the third one. I just hold on to my trade down here. Now, what do we got? Let's take it up to the 240 and see what she looks like up here. You're on the bottom of the trend line. We got to have a retracement. There's just no way around it. We have a 1, 2, 3, looking for a 4 and a 5. So looking for a 4 wave up, nothing for us to do except for advanced traders can trade it up, and but there's nothing for us to do here on this one. Dang, hate to miss that trade. All right. New Zealand also same thing. We couldn't get to this one. We were watching, but we couldn't get in it because of the fundy, and it moved after the fundy this morning, and then it went to this target, which was our next target. Didn't move very far, so it's not too bad. It went about 50 pips is all. But you see, that's what we were set to trade this below here, and it went in one candle because of the fundy. I can't do anything about that, folks. If it does that, I can't do anything about it. All right, so that's the way it goes. It's called trading. Now, what are we looking for now? We're looking for them to build a bear flag. Why? Because professional sellers won't sell at the bottom. Professional sellers will sell at the top. So they'll build a bear flag back up to the top here. We're going to look for the sell to the double bottom here tonight. All right. So if that occurs, don't miss it. We want to pull back and then down to 80-60 area right there. Okay, over to silver. For those of you across the pond who can trade this, We're looking to continue to the downside. Got a set of twins. That's a close and reverse with an exhaustion wick. All right, they're already telling you we're going to try to make this move to the downside. Our first target is here at 1892, and our second target is the week chart bottom at 1824. So trade 1 and trade 2 right here. All right, 1824. All right, and you already got a set of twins right here. All right, so take it down to a 60 and put the line on. Remember, the 240 tells you where to go. The 60 narrows it down. What have I got to break? And then when I figure that out, can I make the trade? I can make that trade down here because the bottom's far enough away. So I like that trade for those of you who can. We can't trade it in the United States anymore. What they do with dollars this morning, they sold dollars, as you see. So, but they're still in an uptrend, so we'll look for the bounce. Aussie yen, again, went right to target from the white dot, 55 pips exactly. You know, you're going to see this multiple times, folks. This is why we can count on it, because if it statistically does it, we can count on it. Will it always do it? No, but it will do it statistically. So that's the key. All right, we need a pullback. All right, so in order to get this pullback, let's see where we got to go. We got to square up. That has to occur right here, right at 8,900. So square up to 8,900. We're going to look for a sell. This target's already out. So let me put the arrow on here first, and then we'll, while we're here, go find the target. Right, around 8,900. We're going to look for the sell. And up to the 240 where we can find the targets. Okay, got a bottom right here. That's pretty nasty. Hold on, let me take this to a day chart. Yeah, there's a possibility. Okay, you're going to have it prove it, all right? So if it comes up to 8,900, you take the trade here, but don't trade it again until you take the bottom out, okay? Why? Because that's a bounce point. You see, when we look over here, we see they ran it. See that? They ran it, they ran it, they ran it. Every time they got in that area, they ran it. So if we can get in this area, they might run it. All right, your clues to what they're going to do over here come from over here. All right, so they ran it every time they got in here. So don't trade it until you get into that area. Then grab the runner if it does it, and you're trading it down to 87.97. Call it 8,800. All right, so got to get the pullback first. I like that trade. All right, I want to miss that baby. Okay. All right. Euro pound, it's up here at the top of the trend. We're in no man's land until it decides to either turn to the downside or break out. In the meantime, there's nothing to do. It's actually going sideways. Everybody should be able to see that. There's really not any trend at all. It's just in a big box. Trade in the box right here. That's what we call it. So while it's here, if we get the sell, we'll be interested in the sell to the downside because that's also trading the box in this little shallow trend they have on here. All right. So what is a trade? Well, it's pretty doggone nice if we get the sell. Here's the first one, and here's the second one. All right. So trade 1 here, trade 2. So if it turns to the downside, takes this bottom out right here, and you get below 82.80, you want to trade it down to 82.20. A break hook and go of 82.12. You got to move your stop very quick at 8,200. Get your stop to break even and hang for 81.58. All right, so that's a nice opportunity there. Remember, this pays 66% more per pip. 66% more than the euro dollar. So you can make money with very little movement on this one. Euro Aussie, we're waiting to finish off this move to the upside. We do have a falling wedge on this thing. We're looking for the turn. And right now, this is what we said this morning. We're going to wait for it to come up to this area. And now we're going to start looking. Well, that's where we are, right up here. So now we're going to start looking for the sell to the downside. Our next target is the double bottom and the 270 fib extension right in this area right in here. I can put a second HSI on here, which I'm going to do, and see if that narrows it down. There's one wave down, 2 waves up. So I mark it on the top of the second wave. Tell it, go find the targets, buddy. Go dog, go! There it is. All right, now look what it did. See, went to the pip to the S5. All right, why? Because that's a known number for them. Up they go. So if they make the turn, that's already taken out. So our first trade is here. Our second trade is down here. Trade 1 and trade 2. Everybody see it? Pretty simple to see it right there. I mean, come on, folks. There's no rocket science here. It's just figure out where they're going to go and then wait for that to happen. I don't want to wait, man. I want to push the button. Oh, daggone it. Here's this CAD yen coming down. Well, we missed this one too. Daggone it. Missed a lot of opportunities today. I need to get on my other traders because they need to start watching these for us. Did we miss this one? Does everybody remember this morning? We said if we can break this bottom, we're going to be in this trade to the double bottom right there, and there it is. Doggone it. Man. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. 55 pips from the dot. 55 pips to the first one, right there. Stop dead. All right, there's the second one. All right, see the money coming in to make these moves? 55 pips to the second one, went right to it, and down below it right now. Okay, well, our next target is down here. Let me get a roadmap on this thing. It'll go to a 60-minute chart. See where it is. Remember, oh, I remember what this was now. Yeah, I remember now. It was a head and shoulders. That's why we didn't. Whew, we had a head and shoulders that we couldn't trade until it negated it. It's now negated it, folks. You see that? That was what they had to take out. They have. So now we're looking for targets to the downside here. All right. So let's go here and find. Let's go find the HSIs here. Up to the 240. Give me a second here. I got one. I got two on. Wow, big space here. Okay, here's the three. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're in a fifth wave to the downside. I can mark this one. Sell. All right. So there we go. Next target is the 9088 with the 1270 below it. All right, so here's the trades. First trade is here. Break this bottom. We've already taken the head and shoulders out. So a break, hook, and go here. We're looking to trade it down to the S4, which is at 9088. A break and hook here. We're going to trade it down to a 1270. Move your stop tight here and hang for the 13 more pips to the 9050. The CAD yen has a ATR of only 90 pips, so it's only going to go 1, 2, 3. So that should be it, 9050. All right, so 9050 is the target on CAD yen after you take these two targets out here. All right, Pound Chief, we're waiting to see if we get the bounce or the break. Until that happens, I'm on the sidelines, okay? But she's testing this break here. If we break in below here, there's your trade. Should be easy to see that. If you break down in here, we're going down to 45, 47. You got to make sure that it does that, though, because it's testing it right now, but it hasn't really taken the support out, and it could very easily bounce back into here, which we got this trade. All right? Now, I'm leaning towards this down one because it's showing that they've taken the support out here. All right? I can't trade in this little area here because why? There's no space. Risk and reward is bad. So I got to clear that space right there. All right? So let's see, have they taken it out yet? Let me take it to the 60 and see if they got in there. No, but they're just a couple of pips away from that target. All right? Got it. That's what they had to break, and they just barely did that. So nothing for us to do here. Get a little hook back up, and maybe we'll get a small little trade back up here. If it goes back and hooks up to here and turns, you got about, well, you got about 35 pips there, folks. So you got 35 pips there, and a break hook and go here. That's a big trade. All right, so you want to make your second trade here, your third trade below 146.24, moving your stop on these, and then again below 4,600. You got a fourth trade down here to 54.47. So you got 4 opportunities to make this trade. 4. All right, you may only get one of them, but by gosh, you might get one of those. If it breaks to the downside, do not miss it. All right, 4 opportunities here. Wow. All right, and that's based on the real estate. See, I don't have to figure out where I should do that. The chart tells me exactly where to do it. And then I don't have to be the smart guy. I just follow the charts. All right. Pound Aussie. All right, Pound Aussie, we're waiting for this break any moment right now. I will take this trade to the downside. We got a white dot printed. We're going 55 pips. Probable. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be 55 pips. We just know statistically that's it. That even makes sense because that's a double bottom. It's 55 pips away from that line. All right, so that means the big boys can make this trade, and they know they got this down here. So a trade breaking in here, we're looking to go 55 pips, and they've already been here. So they're taking that out. We're looking to go down here to 85.17 on the Pound Aussie. Now, the Pound Aussie has a 217 pip ATR. All right. So this is what is called the pole. All right? We'll talk about this later, but the pole is whatever it did getting into the sideways move. That right there is what it's going to do on the break of the pole to the downside. So I'm going to measure that, and we're going to mark that because that'll be the overall target. All right, so let me get my calculator. Where is my calculator? Here we go. I'm not a math guy, so I have to have a calculator. All right, so we're going to take this from the top at 8,700 when it broke. And we're going to take it to the bottom here, which is 85.43. 85.43 equals 157 pips. That's on the break at the bottom of that pole. It's called a pole. So we're going 157 pips below here. And change that to 157 for the target. I'm a seller. Come on. And where are you? What happened to it? Missed it somehow. I guess I must have canceled it. I did. 157. Sell. Okay, there we go. All right. So you can now see that 157 brings us down to here, even below this target. So we can definitely target 1.8400. So trade 1 is here. All right. Trade 2 is below here, all the way down here. There are so many opportunities in here to trade in that big area. Just be selling on the rallies. All right. So we'll pop it right here. Break here. We're going to be a seller. All right. And then a break here. We're going to double our position. Press your winners without exception every time, folks, below 8,500. All right, Euro New Zealand, looking for the break of the upside here, if we can ever get up above here. Now, you got to negate the head and shoulders here also. You can see that, head and shoulders. So where can we trade this? Above this line right here. So we got to be above here, which is at, I'll tell you just a second, this top is at 67.25. So we got to be at 67.25 or higher, probably 30 or in that area. 67.30, our target is 68.08. You'll be able to double your position above 67.48, all right, or 50 actually, for the top 6,800, all right. Pound New Zealand, all right. Pound New Zealand, we're waiting for the correction to finish and then start the next wave. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the corrective wave. It is an A, B, C right now, all right. So we'll see what happens here. Maybe it'll bounce here, maybe a little lower. We're waiting for the bounce. Nothing to do till you get the bounce, folks. All right, New Zealand yen, again, you can trade it all day because it's in New Zealand. We're looking for the break here into this area, down here below the 270, all right in here. And we're looking for that break to the 81.36 target right there. If it pulls up here around the 214 fib, 82.25, you can trade off the 82.25 to the downside and double your position then below the 81.95. And last but not least, the Aussie Chief. All right, and we'll pull the Aussie Chief up. Again, this is a trade that we identified this morning, but we couldn't get in it because it didn't break hook and go. It actually did on a 3-minute chart. You'd have to be down on a 3-minute chart to catch it, but you can see it broke and came right back up. I'll prove that to you. Just let me pop it down here. And you can see there's the break. Break is the candle down. You see how that wick goes back up, and then they go. All right, so you had to be on top of that one or you missed it. And we weren't on top of anything this morning, so. You can see that was the trade we would have made down to this double bottom. We've done that now, okay? So let's take it up a little higher now up to the 240 and look what she looks like. We're looking for the sell, all right? So we got a 1, 2, 3, 4, looking for the 5, okay? So breaking into this right in here, this is the real trade right down here. I would certainly wait for that because there's a lot of barriers up here. I'd be below 78.50. You're at 79.19. That's going to be tough to make. Might be able to snake a little trade in up there. Going to have to be a small position. All right, so let me pop it down to 60 and see where that might be, whether there's an opportunity here. We did take this out. We're hooking back up. All right, so see, you got this is a nasty little deal because of these barriers right here. There's not enough room to there. There's not enough room to there. There's not enough room to there. But once you get here, then there's plenty of room. So traded below 78.67. Okay, there you go. All right, folks, that's it. I will see you tomorrow morning, and maybe I'll see some of you tonight. Depends on Morgan and I whether we'll send that. We might get enough interest in doing the dance class tonight. So, all right, everybody, have a great day. I will check with you tomorrow. Morgan, over to you.
All right, great. Thank you, Scott. Really appreciate you doing that. I know you went longer than you typically do, but you know, we had a ton of people in the room, and I think that we'll continue to have a great session the rest of the week. So I hope that you guys enjoy that. Told you Scott was straightforward and to the point, and a no fluff kind of guy. So we did record it. We're going to work very hard on getting the recording of both the live session and the recap he just posted up very soon. And what I'll do is I'll post it here in this room, if you guys want to stick around. That way I'll have it posted for the room. But again, Scott, we really appreciate you, and I think that was just incredible. Pip did a great job as well. I know she had to run out, but yeah, it'll be the same link tomorrow. So this, guys, this is important. Save this link real quick. I'm going to type this in. All right, looks like Stuart made 150 pips. Nice. Nicely done. There you go. So save that link. It's tradingpub.omnovia.com/VIP. That's going to be the link for the entire week. So again, guys, one thing I want to remind you of, this is obviously, Scott didn't learn to do this in one day, okay? And you guys are in here for the next 4 or 5 days. But the key is to really focus on learning the techniques that he's talking about. They're extremely, extremely powerful. The most important thing is the method and how the market works. And when he goes through these setups, that's going to be important to learn. So, don't get so focused on, hey, what is this particular thing on the chart, or I can't see it exactly, but really listen to what he says. And that's the reason we disabled the chart or the chat at sometimes, so that you'll focus and really listen to what he said. So, guys, we also, when we post the recording, we're going to have, there's some great feedback in the room, but when we post the recording, what I'll do is I'll put a slide up here. That way you guys can see the link. It'll probably be in about half an hour by the time we can get it posted, because we have to upload it and get it for you guys. But stick around. We'll post it as a slide. And if you comment below the recording, we're going to do a contest. Comment on what was helpful to you, if you saw some good trade ideas, good, bad, or ugly. But again, post a comment and we'll pick somebody at the end of the week and give them $1,000 as our way of saying thanks for sticking around in here. So we appreciate you being here. And again, we'll see you guys tomorrow and possibly even tonight. We'll shoot you an email with the recaps and info on tonight. So glad that you enjoyed it, and we appreciate you guys taking the time to join us. Thanks again, Scott, as well. All right, guys. Yeah, we will. Yeah, we'll be sure to. Yeah. Hey, thanks, Gail. Yeah, we love you too. We'll be sure to post the recording link in this room, so if you want to stick around. All right, thanks, KJ. Yeah, we'll record the link and